Hi! Today I'm gonna be making a really easy baked chicken dish, and for that I will be using some chicken thighs. You can also use the whole chicken if you want. I recommend the cut up version. I do want, I'll be using the bone in and skin on chicken parts. I'm gonna start by cutting off most of the fat because fat really is what gives the chicken its taste, but we don't really want all of this stuff. I mean, it's okay if you leave a little bit on, but cut off most of it. And once you have cut off the fat, be sure to cut little slivers on the chicken so that when you marinate this, the marinade will be absorbed into the meat itself. I have my baking pan and I covered this with aluminum foil because if the chicken sticks to the bottom, I don't want to deal with cleaning up the baking pan. It's just easy to throw away the aluminum foil. But either way, I'm gonna put some non-stick cooking spray at the bottom, and then I'm gonna carefully place the chicken pieces. I've got 4 of them. So now it's time to put the spices in, and usually I just eyeball the spices. I'm gonna start with a little bit of turmeric. Dust that on top of the chicken. Next, I'm gonna put some chili powder on top. Soy sauce, sure, why not? What else? Ground up coriander seed. Some olive oil, a little bit of ground pepper. I also have some onion powder. Next, I'm gonna put in some bell pepper and onions. I'm using the stir fry mix that you can get at your local grocery store. There you go. Some garlic. Garlic is always good. Garlic. And I have this Jamaican, oh, that doesn't look good. Let's not use that. Okay, never mind. And some spaghetti sauce, which is basically the meat of this dish. Once you have all of your ingredients in, and again, the essential ingredient in this dish is the spaghetti sauce. Everything else is basically up to you. I just searched through my cupboard, see what's there, and put it in. Well, anyway, once you have this, it's time to mix it all together. And then let it marinate for however long you want. I usually let it sit there for about an hour. That should be good. But if you really want to marinate this overnight, you can do that as well. And then just come back the next day and then pop it in the oven, and there's your dinner, which should be done in about 45 minutes. I usually like to add some potatoes with this dish. So basically take a whole potato, cut it into little pieces, and then add it into the spaghetti sauce. But I realized that I don't have any potatoes in the fridge, so I'm gonna instead cut up part of a sweet potato and add that into the dish. And this is the first time that I'm using sweet potato, so I'm curious to see how it would turn out. I'm gonna cover this with some aluminum foil and then set this in the fridge to marinate for about an hour. Before you put this dish into the oven, be sure to cut once along the top aluminum foil. So I'm baking this dish at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for the next 30 to 40 minutes. Hey guys, here's the chicken part way done. I've had it in the oven at about 350 degrees for 45 minutes. If you're using a gas oven, I would recommend 350, and if you're using an electric oven, I would recommend 400. But I'm gonna leave it on for about another 20 minutes, but you can see it has been done. It's nice and white and soft. But I'm gonna put it in the oven for another 20 minutes, and this time I'm gonna take off the aluminum cover that was covering it. Cool, so I just took this out of the oven and it's completely done, but what I'm gonna do right now is put it back in the oven again and set the setting to broil for 5 minutes. So the outer edges will be a little darkened because it's broiling. And here's our final dish. I had this under broil in the oven for about 5 minutes, and now I just took it out. You can see that the meat cuts. I've been cutting this piece already, and you can see that the meat cuts off really well. When you're eating this, be sure to save the bones because we're gonna make a chicken bone soup out of the leftover bones. Let's see, the sweet potato pieces are nice and supple, so I haven't tasted this yet, but dinner should be in about 2 hours and this will be my meal. Thank you for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for the next session or next segment on what I do with the chicken bones. Thank you. See you next time.